Hello, everyone, including the people that are about to skip. Favourite 90s car in the comments. I'm Steve, and welcome to the Retro Rebuild Workshop. Well, cuppa. I've just been playing musical cars. The Viva one. Check it out. I kid, of course. I appreciate me little garage. Could be worse. Rewind 22 years ago, and I was lying in gravel in the back lane behind me flat, working on my car. So, could be worse. Also, could be better. Stay tuned. Anyway, yes, the Viva won. Anyway, the Viva won the musical cars contest, so I'm working on the Viva today. So, because of rain last time, I thought I'd move some stuff and pull the Viva in the garage, and of course, the sun came out. Who's gonna shave you, Junior? Show them, Miss Moneypenny. Actually, yeah, typical. Bloody typical. If I'd planned to weld today, it'd be snowing. So, I moved stuff a bit so I can get the car in a little bit. And I could move more stuff, but I'm still sorting stuff. So I could probably bring the car right over here. But that's planned, because we've got winter's on its ways, isn't it? Winter is coming. Very sorry about the hand I'm suffering from YouTuber's hand. We are over... Like a magician or Tommy Cooper or something. I think I'm setting a new world record for a video. Is anyone else who... Have I been waffling on for like an hour now? Should we get cracking? Shall I tell you what I'm doing? So, today I'm working on the 1975 Vauxhall Viva HC, but also maybe I might be working on the 1990 Ford Fiesta Mark III. Oh, look, what a lovely looking rear. What? I'm not weird. You are. So I do start though, more waffling. I appreciate each and every one of you who continue to watch every week, considering I'm still on the same stuff. I mean, other YouTubers switch out the cars and they're constantly changing them to keep people interested and engaged and try and get more views. And I've been on the same stuff. If I had any sense, I would have moved the Fiesta. I would have moved the Fiesta on. Alrighty then. And that was the plan. Move the Fiesta on quickly, but I wanted to see the road. I wanted this old girl to have an MOT. And I like it. I think I fell in love with that. I like my Viva and I like my little Fiesta. It's going to be the coolest looking Mark III Fiesta on this street. Anyway, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. I'm working on the Viva. I'm going to remove the number plate. And what else do I need to remove? This grill thingy. I need to do some... I won't be welding that up today, but I do want to get it all cleaned up and sprayed. Get some rust protection on it. Rust prevention, damage control, that's what I'm trying to say. Got some winters coming and I still drive this thing. Let's see if this grill will come out. Got my favourite old school P8 screwdriver, Stanley. Accents and Stanley. How does this go on? Pop the bonnet and it looks like there's a 3/8 nut on the back of there. So let's get some plus gas on there as well, just in case. Never close your eyes anymore. There's no tenderness. We'll give that Fred Flintstone a bit of a clean. The garage is definitely haunted, like. It's organised, it's tidy. Put me 3/8 spanner down. Don't know where the hell it is. I've got my screwdriver. Anyone else puts them down and can never find it? What other explanation is there? Like someone's took it? Something, a poltergeist has moved it. There it is, sneaky bastard. The front valance grill screws are well and truly seized, so I'm going to give up on it for the meantime and start trying to take the bumper off. But I will get back to the valance grill and it will be coming off in this video. So I'm rolling around on the floor trying to get these bumper bolts out, and I'm thinking, how the hell are you meant to get like a spanner or a ratchet in here properly to take them out? And then it came to us, Take the entire bumper off, the brackets off, and then take these out. I'm just trying to do this because when I got the car, the bumper had already been taken off like this. So I'm naturally just trying to put the bumper back on thinking. But turns out it'll be easier if I take the brackets out and just slide the whole thing out. Well, saying that, it's a 50-year-old car, nothing's going to be easy. Let's go and try and get these bumper brackets out, which will be in the wheel arches. Yep, right there. Could you see that, or was it too dark? 2 seconds. Right there. Ha! See? Smart. You'd have to go to bed pretty early in the afternoon to catch me out. I don't want to speak too soon, but these came out pretty easy. Just a ½ inch. Crack them off and then just to loosen them by hand. Turn the wheel the other way. Let's see if we can get the other ones out easy. Here's 2. Well, this one's disconnected and this one hasn't got a coach bolt thing in, so it should come off. But I still need to get that out. Wrong. Forgot about the screws in the sides. Two screws either side. They came out nice and easy too. I did plus gas them about an hour ago. Oh, look at that copper slip on them. But I'm being lazy, so I couldn't get anything in there to show you. But it's off. What I'm saying is I didn't take the wheel off properly, so I can like get in there properly. So I'm just like jamming myself in there trying to take them off. But they came out nice and easy. And the plans are kind of changing for this video, but bear with us. Let's strip more stuff off this. Welcome to the live action teardown of the Vauxhall Viva HC. Putting the stuff back on is a reverse of taking the stuff off. There's the bumper brackets off. Let's see if we can get this grill off. This fish face, whatever it is. Radiator grill. No, it's not the radiator grill. That's the radiator grill, the top one. That's coming off as well. What's this one? The mesh. My new built hamper is white, right? That stuff is like a bluey colour. Have I been ripped off? I did just buy it from Amazon, like. But it's meant to be like a bluey colour. They changed the formula or something. Does anyone know? Yeah, it looks a bit bluey on that. Yeah, didn't you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Just can't seem to find you. Let's cut these bolts off with the persuasion tool. This is an Imperial angle grinder, mind. That was nice, hot sparks shooting right in my face. I was trying to not gouge the body out like that, and in doing so I managed to slice it off perfectly and leave a tiny little thin skin of the screw on. Oh, I don't know. Will I be able to hammer that down from the top? No. Carbide. I hadn't noticed, but while I was working on this side, that one fell out, so job's a good one. So that's off. And that needs more prep and paint than I thought it was going to. It's peeling. What is this coated in? It's held up pretty well, like. It is peeling apart over here. But we'll give that a good clean up, some treatment. And we'll shoot it. There we go, it's out. Right, we're going to carry on stripping. Just kidding, it's a little cold. We're going to carry on stripping the Viva until the front end is off. Total frontal nudity. Remember, I drilled these out and replaced them last time when I had the faulty, when I was testing our indicator lenses. Let's get this out. Nice new bolts, easy to come off. There, see? Nice new bolts. This one. Damn it. That's a 1132. Don't know how you say that. 1132s. Just realised while I'm editing this, I said I was going to make it round to working on the Fiesta. Well, I didn't realise I was going to end up stripping the front end off the Viva. I thought I was just going to do a quick sand and flash spray job on it. 4 self-tapper screws that hold the headlight in on the front, and the 2 plugs for the indicators and the main beams. They need a little bit of persuasion to come out because they've been in there 50 years, but they're coming out alright. Right, so that is done. That is the front end stripped off. Apart from this one. See this one, the nut on the back of this is no longer a nut. It's a round on the bottom bit. And someone's been in here before because there's some sort of misshapen screw jammed through there. This more than likely will like completely like shear off and round off like the last one did over there. So I'm not going to get a chance to get this done today. Might have to drill it out. If this knackers up and I have to drill this out, well, I've got another one of these. It's not the best of condition, this anyway. But I'm running out of daylight. At first my idea was quick video. Sand that down, primer it, yellow it for now until I get a colour match done. And that was it, protected. But I thought, nah, let's just, well, I'm taking that off. I might as well get it all sanded down and get in all the nooks and crannies here. We don't want to let them get any further. I want to clean all them out and rust convert them and clean all this out. Might as well and get the grille painted a nice gloss black, and I might as well take the boot and go and get a colour match so I can put the proper colour on this while I've got it all stripped off. So there's the teardown. When I did the intro, when I was moving the cars around on the driveway, I went for a drive for half an hour as well. I just shut off. And I'm glad I did, because it's going to be off the road for like week and a half maybe, something like that. But yeah, needs to get done, and I've spotted them bits of rust around there. That why not get them? Why not get stripped off and get it all painted before it goes any further? So yeah, probably repeating myself, but I was just going to sand it, bumper off, sand it, primer it, yellow it, paint the grill quickly, back on, off I drive into the sunset. But nah, why rush? I know people on YouTube don't like the parts 1 and 2s and stuff like that, but my videos are for people who still have an attention span and don't need constant stimulant input. More input, more input. We'll have a unit one day, people, and we'll do some quick builds, some quick retro builds out the door quick. But the Viva will always be here. I'd love to do a full teardown of the Viva and build it right back up, slam on some fat wellers with, I don't know, maybe an engine of the viewer's choice. But I'll get out of that later. It's very therapeutic stripping a car down. But you gotta remember, it has to go back together. I think that's where a lot of people feel. Strip it all down and then put it in a shed or a garage for the rest of eternity. There's a lot of time and money that goes into this old rusty stuff. But this is my vice. Well, along with chocolate and caffeine. Maybe the occasional bit of solvent abuse. I'm going to enjoy this Cadbury's Pud and my cup of tea, tidy my garage up and then go and edit this video. I've been your host, Steve. Thank you all very much for watching Retro Rebuild. Please like, share and subscribe. Have a great week and I'll see you in the next one. Catch us later.